Sup shitters, my name is Logan aka Spider Hands and welcome to Immaculate Reviews, where today I'm checking out a track by an artist named Side Stitch, and the single is called Skip Town. Without further ado, we're going to switch over to here. We're going to listen to Skip Town and we are going to hear what we think. Ooh. Ooh. That's a gloriously understated bass. Is that the tick of the clock?
I walked away, my feet they
Damn.
go without my say. So grab my cane and grade my name and send it down this way. And the hack and scope to find the shape on tracks and go for tree decay.
I love the style of this, man. It's so minimalist, but it allows the vocalist to really stand on his own. You don't need to oversaturate a track in different instruments. Sometimes only a few is enough.
Stacked on the rain from the other day. Lean back to the back away from the flame. My eyes were clamped, no longer damp. Was froze from the gloom of the moon. Was stuck in trains, then formed a plan of rose from the gloom of the bloom. At last, big bands and the feedback. All caps, he sends and release that. Relapse, peep things and then judge facts. Fucking contract, no tax. Bullocks and tax, insect repellent. Walk on ants backs. Infest develop, my army builds fast. Woman nature of indicator of any hater. Searching for an indicator. What your flavor was okay to say a prayer. Cause it's this came to wreck your campus. Paint on the canvas and something candid. I'm getting raping. Instruct the cactus was painting campus and the famine. Cause CBGB's a fire fan with no polemic. Abandoned at the firehouse. Banded with the fire mouse. Standing death to break it out. Larger mouse losing.
The mixing is a very fine art. Everything, a lot of the things in this, like some of those kind of bump 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 kind of melodies, the pads are a good level. Like everything's mixed pretty well. It's just you can tell that if it was like 0.5 dB higher than that, it would be sort of off-putting. But he's done well with the post side of things.
Check facts, that fast new world, fuck Lord order, we're free, that's bunk, number sort of we search the purse, thunder horse, start the star reverse, stop the slaughter and the curse is sure that we could grow holy water. Jesus Christ, people fearing for their life, stand for a right, instead of filling quarters, lay the night, fight the good fight for the people slaving all their life, that's a good sight, homie not sleep tight at night, yo, metal shackle, gang tackle, or sit a spackle, spit a factual until it rattles and leave you baffled. No sound when the tree ground, skip town if you feel bound.
A lot was said then. A lot was said then. He rapped very quickly, and like I could hear everything clearly, but there are a lot of words, and it kind of needed a bit more time to maybe process that. It was an experience, a through composed piece of music, more than your sort of typical ABA structure. So, you know, he was obviously trying to talk about a main theme, and he needed 2 minutes to sort of do it. You know, if we were to talk about the fact people, I'm gonna have another listen to this and just see if I can pick something up from that. Because when you review music, of course, you need to actually, you need to talk, and you need to listen, and you need to analyze. And it's just three things at once, man. I don't multitask too well, so I'll be right back. Occasionally, I'll listen to a piece of music, and I will like hear what he's saying, and like maybe it's just because I'm dumb, but I don't entirely connect the dots. Like, I understand music reasonably well. I understand how harmonies and melodies work, how sort of rhythm and percussion comes into it, the sort of the studio side of things as well as the songwriting side of things. But sometimes I'll come across a piece of music that is so sort of profound in its own way that I don't really entirely get what's going on with Skip Town. You know, I heard bits of it where it was talking about fighting a good fight to the people who just want a better life or something along those lines. You know, I heard fuck contracts. I heard I wanted Skip Town, and there are bits and bobs I heard, but like I'd probably need a copy of the lyric sheet to really get a hang of everything that's happening. Just because in that first half he takes his time with his phrasing. In the second half, he just goes. He just goes. And the comment that I was making earlier about the mixing, right? Because again, it's mixed well, but he's at a level where you can hear him clearly. But if there's like a slight little bit of dynamic range on some of those syllables, you miss the words a little bit. He had a lot, Side Stitch, you can tell he's good. He was very competent. You know, there were delays where there needed to be, there were repeats where there needed to be, there was sound, there was that sound effect was kind of nice. You could tell that he was making points. I'm going to need more time with this track to really hear what Side Stitch has to say. And so I think that if people are wanting to get into this artist, because he is a fantastic rapper, you just going to need to allocate some time to have repeated listens to his music to really get a feel for what's going on. And maybe I'm just dumb, but I can own that. You know, I can own that I might be kind of dumb. Maybe you watching this review heard it the first time, got everything, and you're like, yeah, nah, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Spider Hands. And I can live with that. But all in all, aside from the fact that I don't think I caught everything the guy was talking about, the actual production side, the elements of it was a nice build as he began to sort of increase the intensity and the speed of his sort of delivery. There was more sort of instruments coming in. The pad continued, and those kind of bump, bump, bump kind of melodies came in. And the drums continued to facilitate the rest of the sort of things on top of it as a foundation. But it never got too intense. It was like enough to allow the vocalist to still have space to breathe. And that shows a sort of maturity in terms of the production. And I welcome that. I'm glad that musicians nowadays have access to all these resources to learn how to properly produce music, so that when they do put out a single, it's the best that they can possibly do. I'm liking the fact that mixing and mastering is so accessible now. You know what I mean? It's crazy how much easier it is to get your stuff properly, professionally done through analog systems, as well as the digital plugins. People making music these days are so freaking lucky. Like, I mean, I'm 29. I'm not that old. And even like 10 years ago when I first started getting into sort of doing audio engineering and stuff like that, you just didn't have this stuff. It was still incredibly prohibitive. But someone, you know, like, I don't know whether Side Stitch was solely responsible for this or whether he had a team behind him. But either way, dude, this is a fantastic single. And I wish Side Stitch the best of luck in future. I'm just sad that I couldn't hear everything he had to say. Because again, these reviews are meant to be like a first impressions kind of thing. Because if I committed to understanding everything an artist said within the listen, there'd be some tracks I'd just be there for a very long time, and it wouldn't be nearly as much fun for people to watch, considering people seem to find these reviews fun to watch, which apparently some people like. Well, look. Here's the thing. Side Stitch is awesome. Please go check out his Spotify, alright? Please also check out his other social medias. Thank you for watching this review of Side Stitch's Skip Town. Hopefully you don't skip town on checking out his next release. Stay cool, stay safe. Please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on. I'll catch you next review. Spider Hands out.